It's time for the Scott Buening Show. Learn all about Southridge Raider football. This week's show is sponsored by Milligan Communications, Street Dreams, and the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Grosvenor Communications. Go Raiders!
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
And welcome to this week's Scott Buening Show. And Coach, last week you took on the North Harrison Cougars, came out a 47-20 victor. Why don't you recap that game for us?
Yeah, North Harrison, came in with a 7-2 record. I think they'd won maybe 4 straight coming into this game. Had a really good win against a good Providence team the week before. They very big, strong, physical team. They seem to always be that way. Their running back, I think, he was either the 5th or 6th ranked kid in the state statistically, anyway, in regards to rushing yards, and so obviously they've done a lot of things well over the year, and thought we did a good job. This is really a matchup, a type of team that we really hadn't seen this year, and we're athletic defensively, but we're certainly not the biggest group out there, and so we're pretty anxious to see how we would hold up against this type of team, and thought the guys played hard, thought they executed our game plan well. We missed a few things here or there that led to a couple big plays, but we were able to make them work for everything offensively that they were able to get, forced them to have to throw the ball a little bit, and I think the big part of it was we were able to get up on the scoreboard. They scored first, but then we answered back with, a nice run of points. And they're not a team that, is really structured to come from behind. And thought offensively, we ran the ball very well. We're going to take what a defense is going to give us. And their defense, they played a couple guys deep and didn't really give us the opportunity to push the ball down the field in the passing game. But we did a great job in the run game and ultimately came out with a win.
And, last week I did get to make it to games, so I was listening to a quality call by Kurt Guxell and John Schrader on WBDC, and I'll tell you what, after the first drive, I went in, I had to walk into my front room and tell my wife, I said, the Raiders are getting beat, CB getting beat.
Yeah, we knew we were going to be in for a dogfight going into that game. North Harrison, they've won a lot of games over the last 8 to 10 years, and they've got a quality program and a quality group, and like I said, they do a lot of things well, and we had a chance to get off the field a couple times on that drive, putting them in 3rd and long, which is exactly where we wanted them, and we just didn't do it, and you pay for that against good teams when you don't do those things, and most importantly though, like I said, we responded, and we're able to come out with a win.
And as a team, we had 54 carries for 448 yards, an average of 8.3 yards a carry, and led by Reed Schrader with 205 yards and 4 touchdowns. But you had a lot of guys in the mix.
Yeah, and that's kind of been our MO this year. Our fullback position, which is what Reed plays, typically gets a bulk of the carries, but we really rely on, a multitude of people in our system. And, our system lends itself to not so much having a featured guy, although, if we find something that's working, we're going to stay with it. And, and Reed has done a good job, and I think he'd be the first to credit the offensive line as they're continuing to get better and better as the years have gone on, and they've done some things pretty well, opening up some holes. And I think that's that's what the game of football is about. It's a truly a team game, and we've really tried to make sure our system gives us the balance, both in the run game, the pass game, and the versatility to give us the option, so we don't always have to try to cram a round peg into a square hole. We can, however a defense is playing us, we hope that we have the things in our toolbox to take advantage of the weaknesses of what they're trying to do.
And I don't know if it's the same play, and maybe we don't want to say this because we don't want to advertise it, but it seems like Miles Kirchhoff always has a big play every game.
Yeah, it sure does. Miles is he's as solid as they come. I mean, the kid, he's an outside linebacker. We put a lot of pressure on him and Carter Harris both at outside linebackers, and the things that we ask them to do in both the run game and the pass game, they're kind of hybrid positions that they need to be able to do well and against both, and then offensively, Miles, we rotate. We really play with 4 to 5 wing backs within a game, and it's great because it helps keep our guys fresh and kind of manages their pitch count a little bit, and they all bring things to the table. And he's got tremendous instincts. He's just got a knack for carrying the ball, and does a great job when his number's called. And he's had a great season this year.
And you've been listening to Scott Beamer Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Local Communications. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsor.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild. He just won the game. Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Welcome back to the Scott Beamer Show, and we're joined by WEDC's sports director of DC Broadcasting, Kirk Guxell. You're also the play-by-play man for the Southwood Raiders. And, last week I got to listen to you and John, and you had a very quality call in that 47-20 victory over North Harrison.
Yeah, it was a really great win for Southridge. North Harrison was a good team coming in, and Southridge gave up a score to begin the game, but after that buckled down and able to pull away and get a quality opening round sectional win.
And I went in and told my wife, because she works with Levi Nykam's mom. I said, Southridge is going to be there 7-0, and then she came back into the bedroom later and asked, "Well, what's the score now?" I said, "It's like 27-6 or something like that." Southridge is pulled out now. So,
yeah, it was an interesting start for Southridge, but again, after that, they were able to take control.
And when you rush for 448 yards, you don't have to pass for a whole lot after that. So,
no, they had the running game going. North Harrison had no answer for that running game. It came at them at all different angles, and Just an overall really good game for the Southridge offensive line, moving bigger people, which they've grown accustomed to throughout this season, and it was very impressive the way they ran the ball.
And another impressive game for Reed Schrader, 24 carries, 205 yards for 4 touchdowns, and he led the way. There were a lot of other people, but he led the way.
Yeah, he was great. He just drags defenders down the field. He's a tough guy to bring down. Some of that's his wrestling background, and runs very hard, and that's contagious to those other backs. When they get the ball, they want to do it just as well. And they've got a really good running back group, and it's led by Schrader, and the rest of those guys have played well too.
And as I always asked Coach Buening, but I told him not to divulge any secrets. I said, do you have a secret play that Miles Kirchhoff carries the ball on? Because he always seems to carry it for, a big gain every game.
Yeah, because a lot of times they do see on Schrader and Hudson Allen running out of the quarterback spot. And with Miles, he's a great athlete. He's big. He's strong. He's kind of a home run hitter. He can get out in the open and run away from defense. So that's why I think he's been successful. Running the football with home run type of plays.
And this week, we'll be back at Raider Field. They'll be taking on the Gordon Central. What can you tell us about Gordon Central?
Well, they average 34 points a game. Their quarterback, Cecil, is a D3 quarterback, that type. A lot of people would like for him to play at the Division III level. He scrambles around, kind of a backyard football type of player. They got some receivers that are pretty good at extending plays, coming back to the quarterback, making them available. And offensively, they're pretty good. They've scored a lot of points on some good teams, no matter who they played. But the problem is they've given up 38 points per ball game, and it's just a struggle on that side of the ball with big plays, with teams that just line up and run it down their throat. So I don't know what to think about Gordon. I know that they're capable, and Southridge better be ready to play because this team will score. Fans shouldn't be upset if Gordon goes down and gets a couple scores. It may be a shootout type of game. Who knows? And in that case, I do like Southridge because of the way they can attack Gordon's defense. But that's what I see out of Gordon so far.
In the other game, this sectional is Heritage Hills versus Charlestown. Seeing how I am a homer, I'm hoping for a Southridge Heritage Hills championship game for sectional.
Yeah, that would be great for our area fans. Heritage Hills, they've gone down that way before. I think most of the time it's been in a regional setup, whether it be Charlestown, Batesville. They've played over in that area, and the Pacers have had great success against those teams. Charlestown, very good. They would probably, going into the sectional, be the favorite going in. They're a legitimate 3A type of football team, but Heritage Hills, I would never count out Coach Wilkerson and his crew. They're just too well coached. They're just too tough to count them out of that ball game. So I think it should be a really good game. Unfortunately for the Patriots, they've got to go on the road. But if anybody can handle a road game like that, certainly is that program. So I'm looking for that game to be really, really good.
The Southridge Raider fans are very lucky to have you and John Schneider on the call. We always want people to go to the games, but if they can't go to the games, or even if they go to the games, they can take a radio or actually a phone these days, probably, and be able to listen to you guys. And you guys do a great job.
Well, I appreciate that. I know the Raider fans enjoy, getting the game, whether it be in California or Florida or overseas, plus the local fans. But yeah, we'll be on the air at 7 out there at Raider Field. It should be a great night. Come out and enjoy the game. Last week was fall break. Still a good crowd, but this week should be great weather. A lot of sectional championship game. We'll be on the air at 7 with the countdown to kickoff, and we'll be having the game at 7:30 on WBDC.
Well, Kurt, good luck on a great call this Friday.
All right, Joe. Thanks a lot for having me on.
And you've been listening to the Scott Buening Show on Southwest Indiana Sports Network, part of the Wellsburg Communications. We'll be back to these messages for our sponsors.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Hello, Flag Scott being the show, and Coach, this week you take on the Corden Central Panthers, and they won last week over Scottsburg, 57-15. But why don't you preview that game for us?
Yeah, Corden Central, they have as explosive as an offense as we've seen. Their quarterback is the Fessel kid. He's being recruited by some in the older days it would have been what would you say, the 1AA non-scholarships, the Butlers, FSUEs of the world when they had football. He's that caliber of a kid from what we're hearing from a recruiting perspective. He's, I think, the third-ranked statistical passer in the state. They've got a receiver, a Fowler kid, who's he's as quick and elusive as we've seen. I think he's the third-ranked statistical receiver in the state. The quarterback's thrown for about 2,600 yards. The receiver has about 1,100 yards, but they're also, you're looking at 1,500 yards they've thrown to other kids as well. Offensively, they're very good, and the quarterback kind of reminds me of a small high school version of Patrick Mahomes. The kid is. He's elusive. He's able to throw from all different kinds of positions. We've seen him throw it pretty easily, 60 yards down the field. We've seen him. Teams have been able to get a lot of pressure on him this year, but they've not had a lot of success getting him on the ground. And he just extends plays, and then guys get open. It really is like playing backyard football, and they're really good at it. Offensively, they've scored against everybody they've played this year. Their record, they're 4-6, and they've lost games 57-50. 40, I think they lost to Pale 67-40. I mean, they're all high scoring games, and they've scored a lot of points against good teams. So we're really going to have a challenge. This will be a really stiff challenge for us defensively to try to limit these guys and their explosiveness. They've got athletes all over the place, and so it's going to be quite a challenge. And and when you see it in basketball a lot now, where the 3-point line and the willingness for people to shoot as many 3-pointers as they do, it kind of evens the playing field. If somebody gets hot, from the 3-point line, you can beat a team that you're not as good as, just simply because you got hot, you made a lot of shots. And, and in a one-and-done situation like the sectional is, they have the type of team that can score a ton of points, that can get hot, and it can give anybody fits. And so we've got a lot of work to do to get prepared for that this week.
And on the other side of the bracket, you've got Charlestown and Heritage Hills playing at Charlestown. Are there any scenarios where, and we're homers here at the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, after the Raiders win, is there any scenario where we'd have a home game?
I haven't looked too much past that, but I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure if we're able to beat Corydon, then I'm pretty sure we would be on the road that next week.
Well, Coach, good luck this week.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
And you've been listening to the Scott Buening Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brooks Communications. We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to the Scott Buening Show. Join us every week to learn more about Southridge Raider football. This week's show has been brought to you by Milligan Communications, Street Dreams, and the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. See you next week.